Do you know why? Today on the Daily Ish Show.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition. Liftoff.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Daily Ish Show. Not just a show for rental housing providers or landlords or procurators or curators. That's it. Procuration is something different, I think. For curators of rental housing or whatever it is, you are here because you want to be time wealthy. You want to have more control over your calendar. Welcome, you time warriors. It is really good to see you. My name is Mark Dolfini, your host for today's show. I know it's been a while, so I really don't have a daily-ish show. It kind of turned into a weekly-ish show, and it's been a while, so I've missed you guys. We've been traveling like crazy. It's been good stuff. We actually took a little bit of time off to enjoy some of the control over our calendar, so it's really good to see you all. But so we're going to get right into the show today. What is it? Do you really know why? And you're thinking, well, do I know why what? Well, do you know why it is you're doing what you're doing? Why are you getting out of bed anymore? And what, this is, I want to disable this whole discussion about, do you know your why? Right. I understand why people ask that question. Simon Sinek had a book, Know Your Why and Find Your Why, which was a great YouTube video. The book was okay. The book, I thought the book was okay, but he made a great article. I think it was probably about 150 pages too long. But the point of it is knowing your why, knowing what it is you're getting out of bed for. And I refer to this as your vision. I think the vision is a little bit different. I think it's a little deeper. I think it's a little bit more, it's a little bit more purposeful around, what it is you're here on this planet for. Maybe even some people could say, well, it's a little bit more selfish, rather than just, well, my kids are my why, but really, what is it about you? What is it you want to accomplish? Why it is that you're here, and really what delivers that purpose? I think the vision is the keyhole you look through to see your purpose. But taking that out, and I have this conversation with a lot of different people, and a lot of times when I ask, I had a number of introductory coaching calls today with people, some discovery calls, who are going to be in a 2-day event that I'm hosting with my bride on the weekend. And so we're going to be hosting this 2-day event, and was having these discovery calls with people. And I would often, I challenge them all day about what their vision is. And very often, even after many, tens of minutes of very long and uncomfortable questioning, they still couldn't get any more specific than to say, well, I want to be financially free. Well, to be financially free to do what? Right? Financially free to what end? Okay, so that's great. So you want to generate, say, enough money to get all of your debts paid, and now you are financially free. Congratulations. Now what? And they say, I don't know. Well, to do whatever it is that I want. Okay, to do what? What is it that you want? Do you want to travel? Well, yeah, we want to travel. Where? Well, I haven't really thought about that. Okay, well, now you do. Now you get to think about that. Now you get to really consider what it is that you want. And I'll tell you, these conversations went very, very circular for a long period of time, and I can be patient because I totally understand it. But this is exactly where I was several years ago when I was having these conversations with people, these conversations with myself about what it was that I really want. And I will tell you, I was almost nauseous at the thought of taking a pen and writing down some thoughts that I really, of just some things that I wanted. And it often it goes to the stuff we want, right? It kind of starts there. Well, I want a Maserati. I want a house that curves with the earth. I want, whatever it is, right? It often starts there, but it often doesn't finish there, because it's interesting that, my wife and I were at an event this past week, and the collective net worth in this room was conservatively in the probably between 10 and 20 billion dollars, billion with a B. And there weren't a lot of people in this room. So it was really interesting, the amount of wealth that was in that room. And I was definitely skewing the average down, right? But I was looking at the number of things that people wanted and people had, and the toys that they wanted. And for many of them, it was interesting that I had more than they did because I had enough, right? Now, it doesn't mean that I'm going to stop. It doesn't mean that I don't want to continue on in my financial successes. But for me, I know right now that if I were to stop, I would have enough. So, I don't need an additional, $20 million in a portfolio just to make me feel more significant, or, to triple my portfolio in the next 2 years to make myself feel more significant or more important. Right. And for some of them that's going to be a never ending tail chasing that, I feel badly for them because I don't know that they ever know what enough looks like. So, and I want to make this point clear that this isn't about settling. It is about being really intentional and being deliberate about what the stuff is that you do want. So do you really know why you're getting out of bed? Do you really know why you're doing this all for in the first place? And it's got to be something more specific than being financially free. And I'm using air quotes here. So what does that look like? So to be financially free to do what? So, looking at this video, I know, some of you, watch this video, watch these videos and, I'm really more about the strategy versus tactics, but you really have to know what direction you're heading in and really get clear in terms of what it is that you're trying to get out of this whole thing. What specifically do you want? And I often ask this question in the same question in just different ways. And I feel like this is a timely video for those especially coming out of that event, because, my coach was there. And as I'm having the conversation with him, I said, man, it's really good that I feel really confident in terms of the direction that I'm going in, because I could see myself getting distracted if I wasn't clear on my vision. And he says, absolutely right. He says, if you weren't clear on your vision, he's like, I don't know that I would have told you to come to this event. And some people who I know weren't super clear on their vision and can get easily distracted were at that event. And I was thinking, man, I really hope that they didn't lose sight of where it is that they really want to head to. So, and one person even used the word FOMO, their fear of missing out, fear of not getting something, so that can deliver their significance for them. But that is why it's really, really important to have that clear path figured out in advance. So when these opportunities come along that could distract you from what you think is really important or what you say is really important, takes you away from the things that you really do actually want. So yeah, so get clear and know why it is that you're doing what you're doing. And that is all I have for today, folks. It's been good. It's been good having some time off. And I know that you were probably like, thank God he wasn't around. But anyway, now we get back to our normal routine on the Daily-ish show here. But I'm going to sign off. Please be sure to place a value on your free time, because if you don't, someone else will. But most important, there is no amount of money that will make time irrelevant. Have an awesome day. See you guys next time.